Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for watching. Elise makes a bunch of videos. I am just here at my gym finishing up. It's Sunday and I have a big week ahead of me. Today's video, I wanted to talk about seasonal work. It's something I sort of touched on in previous videos, especially when it comes to budgeting and travel, and how the two sort of intermingle. So basically right now I'm sort of in a season of working. I sort of have been for the last two seasons. So over winter, now it's springtime. And I'm really pushing myself to really get my savings up so that in the summertime, I probably still will be working, but I won't be needing to work quite as much. I find it really good just to minimize my expenses and maximize my income in as short a period of time. So September right now, I've got sort of 3 different jobs happening. One of them being a live-in job, which means I have no real rent to deal with, so I have very few expenses other than my car, and sort of like leisure, whatever things, which are very few. So I'm really maximizing on the savings that I'm keeping with these jobs that I'm doing right now, and I've done similar sort of thing in the past, and it's been really good in terms of being able to really have some time off, or very few working hours, and still be able to survive and do things, as well as put a little bit away in savings, because I do have sort of like investment saving goals for my sort of future monthly, annual sort of thing going on. So yeah, I think in the past when I've been traveling, I've just sort of been budgeting just for trips and transport and things. And then over the last sort of year or two, I've decided to keep a contingency so that I'm actually putting money away into savings. So I'm not just like going up and down from sort of a 0 point, which never really happens. But yeah, just trying to like increase my savings because I want to make investments later. But that's a side point. I just think it's a really good idea if you are like wanting to get out of the normal routine rat race type thing. If you're in like a job that maybe isn't your passion in life and it's just paying the bills, seasonal work is a really good thing, particularly if you don't have responsibilities like a spouse or children to take care of. So that's my situation, so I'm quite lucky in that regard. I was watching this video yesterday about how to deal with selfish people. Just trying to like mentally get into a mind frame with some situations that I am in at the moment. And it was quite good just to sort of basically see and hear out loud sort of the mutterings that I was trying to solidify about, other people who don't consider anyone else but themselves. And it was just saying at one point how there is this perception that if you have a spouse or if you are a parent, then you're automatically not selfish because you have to deal with them, or like having a family is not selfish, but like a lot of people do have children for selfish reasons. Anyways, it went into that. Maybe I'll try and find the video and put a link in the description of this video so you can check it out and let me know what you think. It's really good, like whenever I'm dealing with like special people and situations, I really like to find these videos. They're usually by like psychology groups or whatever. Like there was one about passive aggressive or micromanaging bosses, particularly in like employment situations. I found that one really helpful because there's so many micromanagers out there, and it like usually just goes into more like trying to figure out where their mindset is at. There's not necessarily like a lot of tools on how to fix a situation because you can't really change other people. The only thing you can do is get your own perspective slightly broadened and try to have sort of empathy and understanding for people who are frustrating to you and causing issues in your life. Yeah, so that was a little side note to that. But other than that, yeah, seasonal work, I think it's really good. I'm really into this whole snowbird or pit sparrow, I think they call it over here, where you sort of go somewhere nice during the summer, maybe work, and then during the winter time you go somewhere warmer. So I'm hoping that next winter I can save up enough to go to either Thailand or Philippines or somewhere in Southeast Asia, or I can get my scuba diving instructor certification. I think I've talked about this several times in other videos. But yeah, so that's sort of my sort of vague goal for the next 5-10 years, more or less, is to really just have myself set up into situations where I can work through the winter or work through the summer, and, or, you know, like depending, and then have a bunch of time off. So working seasonally is really good for me and my lifestyle because I don't have any sort of attachments to needing a fixed address forever. But that's not the case for everyone. Some people need to be in the same place all the time. So I don't know. Don't do seasonal work in that case, I guess. It's also just good because I think if you, in terms of budgeting, if you know that you won't be working after a certain point, it really forces you to keep an eye on your money situation and your savings and what you're spending. At the end of the day, what you're going to have left, because you're going to need to live off of that for whatever period of time when you're not working. So yeah, if you've never done seasonal work before, something to think about. But I do know, like, there are some people who do seasonal work and they don't plan, and then at the end they have little to no savings, and then they've just worked constantly throughout months and months, and then they just need to find a new job, and it's like a nightmare. So yeah, maybe it's not for everyone, but you definitely have to plan a bit more when you know that there's not going to be a steady paycheck for you throughout the year. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. So if you have had seasonal work or you're thinking about getting it, or any sort of related comments of that or anything else, travel related, that sort of thing, definitely comment below. And that's the video for today. Hope you're doing well. Probably won't be posting for a couple days just because I am working a lot this week. Anyways, take care. Peace, y'all.